Throughout history, battles have been fought for honor, resources, power, and sometimes for reasons that defy all logic. Today, we're diving into the most absurd, bizarre, and downright ridiculous battles ever fought. From feuds between countries over pastries to animal-assisted warfare gone hilariously wrong, let's explore some of the strangest moments in military history. Battle of the Pig War. Let's kick things off with the Pig War. Yes, an entire war almost broke out over one pig. In 1859, on the border between the United States and British Canada, a dispute erupted on San Juan Island. Why? Because an American farmer shot a British pig that had wandered onto his land and was digging up his crops. Both sides, America and Britain, were quick to escalate, with military forces poised for a standoff. Despite the absurdity, tensions ran high until finally cooler heads prevailed and both countries agreed to a peaceful compromise. The pig, however, was less fortunate. Battle of the Pastry War. Our next story is nothing short of a culinary conflict. The Pastry War of 1838 is perhaps the most delicious battle ever fought. The trouble began when a French pastry chef in Mexico claimed that Mexican soldiers had trashed his bakery, causing him significant financial loss. Rather than pay up, Mexico dismissed his claims. In an unexpected twist, France took the chef's side, demanding compensation from Mexico and eventually declaring war when Mexico refused. French troops attacked, bombarding the Mexican coast. The Pastry War lasted about 4 months, and ultimately Mexico paid the chef's damages, totaling 600,000 pesos. The Battle of the Stray Dog. Then we have the Battle of the Stray Dog, a conflict that erupted over a dog crossing the border. In 1925, the tension between Greece and Bulgaria was already simmering. But when a Greek soldier chased his runaway dog across the border into Bulgarian territory, things got out of hand fast. A Bulgarian soldier shot the Greek, and Greece responded by invading Bulgaria. For several days, both countries were embroiled in a standoff, losing soldiers over a simple case of a dog in the wrong place at the wrong time. The League of Nations eventually intervened, restoring peace, but not before lives were lost in this strange and tragic encounter. The Battle of Karaha. The Battle of Karaha in 1788 is probably one of the most chaotic self-inflicted disasters in military history. In an attempt to intercept the Ottoman army, the Austrian forces set up camp near the town of Karaha in modern-day Romania. That night, soldiers started drinking, and rumors of an Ottoman attack caused pure pandemonium. Austrian soldiers mistook each other for the enemy, firing blindly into the night. Different units, unable to understand each other's languages, only fueled the confusion, leading to a chaotic melee with hundreds of casualties, all without the Ottomans firing a single shot. It was a battle lost to confusion, alcohol, and pure mayhem. Emu War. Sometimes the enemy is unexpected. In 1932, Australian soldiers fought an unlikely adversary, emus. Known as the Great Emu War, this battle was waged in Western Australia, where emus were destroying crops, much to the farmers' dismay. In a desperate attempt to control the emu population, the government sent soldiers armed with machine guns. But the emus, agile and fast, proved surprisingly difficult to defeat. The soldiers' bullets often missed, and despite their best efforts, the emus continued their invasion. Eventually, the military withdrew, effectively losing the battle against the birds, who went on to peck another day. The Emu War remains a humorous and humbling reminder of nature's resilience. The War of Jenkins Ear. Now for a body part gone to war. In 1739, the War of Jenkins Ear broke out between Britain and Spain. The story goes that a British captain, Robert Jenkins, had his ear sliced off by Spanish coast guards during a maritime altercation. Furious, Jenkins presented his severed ear to the British Parliament as evidence of Spain's aggression. The British were outraged and used this incident as a reason to declare war on Spain. Although the war lasted years and ended without a clear resolution, it remains one of history's strangest pretexts for battle. Battle of Cajamarca. Sometimes battles are absurd for their lopsided nature. In 1532, the Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Pizarro, faced the mighty Incan Empire in the Battle of Cajamarca. But this wasn't a fair fight. Armed with superior weapons and armored horses, 168 Spaniards managed to capture the Incan Emperor Atahualpa, leading to the downfall of an empire. It was an absurdly one-sided battle with the Incas caught off guard and vastly unprepared for European warfare tactics. This encounter changed history forever, showing that sometimes absurdity arises not from comedy but from the sheer imbalance in power. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up Subscribe for more historical insights, and let us know in the comments which battle you found the most absurd.